Hello, everyone. So, how many of you have started watching Harry and Meghan's new docu-series? I can see some comments in the comment section saying that you have watched it. Ooh, let me see. Uh, Lorna says you have watched. Joyce, Lottie. Oh, a lot of people have watched everything. If you have binge watched the whole thing, hats off to you. Me, I have just wrapped up episode 1 because I was busy all day rushing about. So let me tell you, I went in thinking Polo, meh, I'll give it 10 minutes. But by the middle of the first episode, I was hooked. I didn't realize that I would care about polo, but here am I suddenly thinking it would be a bad idea if I spend some time around polo players. Don't judge me, the men are hot. What can I say? The docu-series does such a great job of pulling you in, though. It's like they found a way to balance education, inspiration, and let's be honest, a whole lot of eye candy. It's polished but not pretentious, like rich people saying, hey, we're humans too. We just happen to have a bit more resources. And shall we talk about the Duta family? They are giving main character energy, yeah, but in a very humble way. I love it. And that guy, what's his name? Lewis? I am side eyeing him for some of his antics and what he has said so far. I predict that there's going to be a whole lot of drama coming from his side. And what about that Cambiasa guy? The one everyone calls the Magic Johnson of Polo. And then Tim, who's got this amazing bond with his mom that made me tear up. Oh, before we continue, I forgot to say my hellos. Welcome to the Isabella Banks YouTube channel. It's your girl Wheezy here to unpack the absolute meltdown that the British media is having. This time, it's about the release of this documentary. Like, seriously, these people must be busting their blood veins every single time Harry and Meghan make a move. If they're not careful, they will be lining up coffins before the end of next year because I suspect that the Sussexes have a lot more planned for next year than they even had for this year. So if they weren't able to cope with their moves this year, imagine how they're going to feel next year. Anyway, some critics are saying that the series is too unrelatable because polo is such an elite sport. But hear me out, isn't it refreshing to see the wealthy not being trashy for once? No yacht parties, no scandals, no weird pyramid schemes, just healthy hobbies and a sprinkle of good values. Honestly, it's aspirational. I would say to those who are hating on the series, instead of hating, maybe take some notes, work hard, play hard, and pick up a mallet if you're feeling fancy. Or just like I plan to stock um, the polo playing areas in the UK, anyone that I can find, the closest ones to me, I plan to stock them in the summer because I think that they have activities in the summer just to see whether the men in my area look anything like the ones in the docu series. This series is like a breath of fresh air compared to the usual reality TV chaos. And there's no screaming matches or no love triangles or no drama for drama's sake. Instead, it's just really very relatable issues that can come up in a family dynamic. And I love it. So it's almost like they're saying, here's a cool sport, here's some amazing people, and a reminder that you can live a life of substance no matter your tax bracket. I love to see it. And one thing that I have been thinking about is just like I said before, like it's nice to see that there aren't any weird like hobbies or activities going on here, because usually when you think about rich people and their activities outside of work, before you know it, it's tapers off into some weird energy territory. It's either did like things or just weird stuff. But if people who are hardworking find themselves in that tax bracket, you got to ask yourself, what are the healthy activities these people can participate in? Yeah, golf is not everyone's speed, so you've got to have like the younger guys. If they're not speed racing, if they're not golfing, then there has to be something for those who love to ride horses. Still, this is perfect. And why do rich people have to hide away? Like being rich is something shameful. If you come from a trust fund family and you're rich by default, it's really not your fault. As long as you're not an asshole about it, nobody really cares. And it's just really nice to see what the rich people do behind the scenes. I think that this is almost like justice for rich people. Honestly, this is when I was watching it, this is kind of how I felt, like justice for rich people. Because if they work hard and they make money, that's the aspiration of everyone. Why should they have to hide the fact that they have expensive habits just because somebody else doesn't have? Especially if they're using their resources to benefit the less privileged, and they are actually, they have charity polo tournaments, and Sentibale has actually been a beneficiary of those kind of um, charitable tournaments. I think I saw an article which says that Sentibale has actually made or been given $15 million. I don't know whether it's 15 million or 1.5 million. I will correct that when I go back to look at it. I was just in such a hurry to get my content for this video together. But you know what I mean? Like it seems like the people who don't have as much is almost like saying to the people who have, like, don't show us what you've got. And if they don't show us what you've got to hide it. Why are we treating them like they're a pariah just because they have? I don't know. I think if you have a visceral reaction to seeing someone doing well, it's a you problem, not a them problem. Anyway, that's what I think about it. So anyway, now you know we can't talk about anything about Harry and Meghan without bringing the British media's reaction into the mix. And we've had, well, although they're not British, but People magazine have been reporting on Harry and Meghan and the rest of the royal family almost more. I think that they're in competition with the Daily Mail right now because they're reporting almost as much as Daily Mail does on the royal family. So, what's the Daily Mail's, the People magazine's reaction? I think it's a glowing review. There's nothing snarky in the headlines. They're loving how hands-on Harry and Meghan were during the filming. Look at this headline. It says, inside Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's vision for Netflix Polo, they were extremely hands-on. And there's another one. Meghan Markle speaks fluent Spanish. Of course, we all know and it was highlighted through their trip to Colombia that Meghan spoke Spanish. And Harry was so proud. I've seen clips showing her speaking Spanish, but I haven't seen the full thing like properly because I've only seen episode 1. But they're like, Megan's out here flexing like it's nothing, and her husband is so proud of her. Love that. I absolutely freaking love that, because who doesn't want a husband who is proud of his wife? Let me see. So before I continue, Lorna says, yes, the very first picture had my Hot guys, hot, hot, hot. Look at those abs. Hi everyone, just finished watching Polo. It was wonderful. And I'm watching the fifth episode now. My 18-year-old son just told me he would like to try polo sports. That's amazing. And Roslyn says they're just hating because of Harry and Meghan, jealousy as always, but do we care what the haters think? No, we are loving it. That is true. And Lona says a lot of the players are sponsored. So if you ride a horse and you have a talent for the sport, you can play polo. But that's amazing. So this lady who is talking about her son wanting to play polo, I think if he keeps with it, he'll be able to find someone to sponsor him as long as he's committed to it. Because from what I saw, it is kind of an expensive pastime. So, but GB News and the Daily Mail, you already know the vibes. They are mad. Why are they mad this time? Because they are mad because Prince Harry didn't mention the royal family. That's shocking, right? How dare he not mention the royal family in his documentary? This is after they abused him for mentioning the royal family in his previous documentary, or their continuous claim that he keeps clinging onto the coattails of the royal family. Okay, listen to this.
Well, he's focusing solely on playing polo, where he is now in the United States, and also when he plays for the charity over in Africa. So it's across that, but it's like he's just eliminated that past.
Yeah.
History.
They're very good.
Polo is the favourite sport of Prince William, who of course isn't appearing in the documentary because he's not speaking to his brother. I mean, you can't do a polo documentary, frankly, by Prince Harry if you don't include the British royal family in it, because they've been playing polo for decades.
Agreed with you, Andrew. That's it. There is no mention whatsoever, and it's almost like Harry's just erased how he got into the game in this. So that's very interesting as well. He's focusing it solely on playing polo, where he is now in the United States, and also when he plays for the charity over in Africa. So it's across that, but it's like he's just eliminated that.
Honestly, can Prince Harry ever win? I don't think he can. First, you abuse him for mentioning the royal family. Then when he doesn't mention the royal family, you're like, well, you can't speak about polo because the royal family are not included. Hello? Are the royal family the only ones who ever played polo in their lives? The British royal family are not the only ones who have ever played polo. So that means that the people who are in America who play polo, or people all over the world who play polo, they only got it from the British royal family. I mean, the thinking, the rationale. Anyway, we're talking about GB News anyway, so it's to be expected. Before we continue, if this is your first time on this channel, please hit the subscribe button, the like button, and leave a comment or two in the comment section. If you have visited before and you have not yet subscribed, let today be the day you decide to subscribe. Okay, thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you for supporting the mission to getting me to 5,000 subscribers before the end of the month. We are almost there. We have 48 subscribers to go to get to 5,000 subscribers. So may I just say to everyone who is listening to me now, I have had a few people send me messages in the comment section saying, for the length of time that I have been watching you, I didn't realize that I was not yet subscribed. So can I just get you to look and check to see whether you're subscribed? Because you might have thought that you enjoy the content and you're here whenever we are doing our live streams, but you may not have realized that you have not yet subscribed. So go ahead, give it a little look and subscribe now. Take a leap of faith and go ahead to subscribe. For those who have been rocking with me from the very beginning, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section and also hit the like button. It protects the channel from the derangers who keep on reporting our channels just because they don't want our content up. So let's continue with what I was saying, right? So first we were talking about the GB News reaction to Polo. So imagine my surprise when I stumbled on this article from the Daily Express. They were like, I watched Prince Harry's Netflix series. One thing shocked me after just 5 minutes. And I looked at that and I thought, oh, here we go. But it's quite interesting what the article had to say. They were like, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle produced a docuseries on equestrian pole, which was released on Netflix today. It goes on to say, I wasn't sure what to expect when I pressed play on Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's latest Netflix project, Polo. As someone with little knowledge of the sports beyond the vague image of wealthy riders on horseback swinging mallets, I fully expected to be bored senseless by the docuseries. At that point, I was like, It continues. I assumed this would be a niche show aimed at die-hard polo fans, which of course Prince Harry himself is. However, just 5 minutes in, I was surprised to find myself completely sucked in to the world of the competitors. And do you know what? I had exactly the same experience. Exactly the same experience that this person who wrote this article is describing. I thought, it's Harry and Meghan's thing, so I'm always going to be supportive. But I didn't expect to get interested in what they were doing. But by the middle of episode 1, I was in it. Like I knew, like Tim, I knew Louis, I knew the horses. I knew. Okay, so Chucky's. I know the U.S. Open. I knew a lot more, of course, than I started off with. So I was like, what is hello, excuse me, what is going on here? Because this is a British paper and they are speaking so positively about something that has to do with Harry and Meghan. It's the Daily Express. How come they're speaking so positively? Oh, wow. Somebody might get fired tomorrow because they're speaking positively about Harry and Meghan. Oh, wow. Shock upon shock upon shock. I was shocked. Yes. Then guess what? I was continuing on my news round. I checked out the Daily Mail. Can I just say, the Daily Mail, they are such an unserious paper, I'm telling you. They had already written 11 articles today about the same docuseries. Just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, I am going to share this with you. Hold on. Let me share this with you about the Daily Mail today. There's like, they've not been able to do anything else except write about Polo. Let's share this with you. Hold on. So this is it. Okay, I am going to have to, this is it. Okay, so let's start from this. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's Netflix show Polo is here. Look at this one. Prince Harry shows off his polo skills and packs on the PDA with Meghan in brief appearance. Look at this one. All written today, you know. Revealed cost of Meghan Markle's very glamorous outfit as she makes brief cameo. What about this? Meghan Markle wanted to make polo accessible. This is how many now? This is 4 so far. Regal Meghan Markle takes the lead while Harry acts like she is the royal. 5. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle polo features thrice married love cheat with anger issues as one of its main stars. And what about this? Harry and Meghan's Netflix series Polo, Jan Fryer's verdict. And okay, so I also have to come back tomorrow to talk about the updates on the court case. There is an update on it. I love it because they are feeling the pressure. NGN are feeling the pressure, but that's not our problem. Good for them. It is exactly what they wanted. So they can have exactly what they wanted. Harry is turning the screws. They are feeling the pressure. And did you see that Murdoch just lost the succession case that against the trust fund of his family, where he was trying to put his son Lachlan in, give him more control over the trust fund, but he currently lost the case. Anyway, so we'll talk about that when I come up tomorrow. So, guys, as you know, anytime Harry and Meghan have any new project out, the derangers go on full on attack. All right. So, if you've got Netflix, I would say that for our Activism Tuesday task, if you have watched the docuseries, or even if you haven't watched it, head over to Netflix and leave a positive review. Okay, let's balance out the nonsense. Let's do it on purpose. Don't leave it until you feel like it, because you know that the people at Netflix are watching the figures. Okay, I haven't finished watching the entire thing on, but I have had Netflix on my TV going on in the background, just so that it's running the numbers. You know that they're watching the numbers closely. So if you can, please go ahead, run it up so that we get those numbers up there. Let's push it to number 1. They are doing their best to leave negative reviews and negative comments on People magazine. I love how the People magazine is snatching them up and not allowing them to leave negative comments in their comment section. US Weekly is beginning to do a lot of that as well. So let's not be passive about it. Let's get up and be proactive. At least it's something that we can do which will not disrupt our mental health. So march over to Netflix and leave a review. I think the way to leave a review on Netflix is if you leave a thumbs up. So go ahead, hit that thumbs up on Netflix. If you are listening to me and you haven't hit the like button on this video as well, please can you go ahead to do so. It's very easy to forget, because you would think after I'm done listening to this video I will hit the thumbs up, but you might forget. So while you're listening to me now, just go ahead, hit the thumbs up on the video. All right, guys, I will be back with a full review once I've finished the series, but so far I am impressed. It is educational, it's wholesome, it's entertaining, a bit of a palate cleanser from the usual trash TV. So if you haven't started watching, do yourself a favor and dive in. Before I sign off, let me remind you again, hit that subscribe button, join the squad. It's fun over in this channel. We always have something going on. Leave a comment and let's keep the conversation going. We're building something amazing over here, and I'm so glad that you are part of it. Okay, that's all for now. I'm just going to look at a couple of comments. Rosalind says they're making enough money off Meghan and Harry with their articles. What would they do without them? This is why they're trying to do everything to lift up the world and see if they can force Harry and Meghan back to the UK. And TNO says, I just finished Polo and it was so good. I never thought a Polo documentary would be on my playlist. Me neither. Absolutely entertaining and informative. Sharon S says, so they're afraid to talk to him because he will put it in a documentary. Now he should talk to them and put it in a documentary. Exactly. Exactly. And I'm going to stop here. Until next time, guys, stay curious and don't let the tabloids distract you from enjoying the polo. All right. This is Wheezy signing off. See you in the comments. Ciao. Ciao.